Hurricanes versus Chiefs, guys. Ooh, what a good old fashioned Super Rugby derby. Now, the first 20 minutes, what I observed, it was pretty much dominated by the Hurricanes. They seemed to have all the possession, they seemed to be winning it in the forwards, and Braden Yossi was having an absolute blinder. Man, he was making meters and he was hard to stop. The other thing I noted was there was a couple of kicking mistakes by Atini Nanai Satoru. Guys, I really, really do like Atini Nanai Satoru. I personally thought he was in contention for the All Blacks later this year. But, the kicking mistakes he was making, pretty basic. And you just can't be making those sorts of mistakes at Super Rugby level to then be expected to play it at international level. So that was interesting. I thought Samapeni Finau, he was sort of quiet in that first half, wasn't he? But he did make a couple of big tackles, which was quite interesting. But ultimately, that first half, it was pretty much dominated by the Hurricanes, guys. Halftime score 17-13. I thought at halftime, I thought Clayton McMillan is going to give the Chiefs a really good rev up here. And I thought the Chiefs would come out firing. Pretty much that's what they did. They played pretty well in that first sort of half of the second half. They scored a couple of tries. And then at 59 minutes, TJ Perenara scored a good try to take it to 24-23 to the Hurricanes. I thought at that point, this is in the balance. Go either way. Then with 11 minutes to go, Kini Naholo scored a good try to take it to 29-23 to the Hurricanes. And then obviously the Hurricanes scored a final try, winning the game 36-23. A good win to the Hurricanes, but guys, let me know your thoughts on the game. And I just kind of thought that the Chiefs, they didn't fire in a number of areas. I thought their attack would have been a lot more abrasive. I thought they would have got a lot more phases on attack. Yeah. Players to watch, guys. I thought there were some interesting points here. Braden Yossi. Now, isn't he having a blinder this season? He carries the ball so well, doesn't he? But what caught my attention was when he ran over the top of Luke Jacobson. Obviously, he's a current All Black, and he's one of the hardest tacklers at Super Rugby level. So for Braden Yossi to be running over the top of him, I thought that'll get the All Black selectors' attention. The other one I thought was good. Samapeni Finau. He was solid. He's okay with his ball carries. He's a very hard tackler, and I thought that was fantastic. He's also really tough and abrasive at that breakdown. He's not... Yeah, his attacking didn't sort of make too many amazing breaks, but he was there and thereabouts, so he'll probably be in All Black contention later in the year if he can just maintain this consistent form. TJ Perenara. Now, I think one of the things that goes unnoticed with him is his leadership. Guys, I thought he was fantastic. The way he gets to that breakdown, he barks orders at the forwards. Get round the corner. I'm hitting you next. Goes to the next breakdown. Hurry up. Get to where you need to be. I'm hitting you next. He'd also bark orders at his forwards. Hit that breakdown. Get off your fat ass and hit that next one. Hit that next one over there. It's that leadership that I think will probably be a really deciding factor in putting him in All Black contention later in the year. For me, I think he's probably my number one halfback at the moment for the All Black test later in the year. But I also thought was interesting with TJ Perenara was, look, he's getting older. There's probably a little bit of talk around town that he's too old. He's not in good enough shape. He's not fit enough. He's not physical enough. Garbage. I thought tonight he was physical, he was tough and abrasive, and I think he's definitely fit enough for it with a decent set of legs on him. I'd like to see him in All Black contention later in the year. Damien McKenzie. Ooh. Guys, this was a really interesting observation for me here. Now, previous games, what I noticed with him, when he has time and space, he is absolutely electric. Not only him, but what he can do with his back line and his runners off him. But when he doesn't have space, like he didn't have space against the Hurricanes, he's made to look a bit more ordinary. In fact, I don't think that he was that much better than Brett Cameron tonight, which is quite interesting, isn't it? He still did the basics well, but I don't think he wasn't a game changer. He wasn't dominating like a lot of the All Blacks at Super Rugby level. They clearly dominate their position. I don't think he dominated in this game, which was interesting. Guys, the other one I thought was an interesting observation for me, and let me know your thoughts on this, was I am a major fan of the Chiefs' back three. In particular, Tini Nanai Satoru, Imoni Narawa, and Sean Stevenson. Absolute superstars in my eyes. But in this game, I actually thought that the back three of the Hurricanes, Ruben Love, Kenny Naholo, and Josh Morby, actually outplayed them. So that creates some really interesting selection dilemmas for the All Blacks selectors later in the year. You know, particularly you ask the question, Ruben Love, should he be the starting fullback for the All Blacks later in the year? Kenny Naholo, is he now going to be one of the starting wingers ahead of Imoni Narawa? Is he also ahead of Sean Stevenson? A really couple of interesting observations there. Guys, this was an absolute blinder of a Super Rugby derby. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I hope you guys did too. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and add your comments on what you thought of this derby. Cheers.